All right, Dave Rubin is the host of the Rubin Report, joins us now. And Dave, I think the most incredible thing about this story is the inability of these people like Scott Pelley to see how biased they are, how biased CBS and 60 Minutes had become. I think the best example of that is the fact that Scott Pelley said absolutely nothing. Nobody did. When CBS News refused to confirm Hunter Biden's laptop story, they waited more than 2 years at CBS to do a 2-hour job. They waited until Joe Biden was safely in office. They even waited until a few weeks after his midterm election during his presidency to do something again that takes about a couple hours to confirm the veracity of a laptop. Pelley said nothing.
Yeah, and Donald Trump tried to bring that up repeatedly in that infamous interview with Leslie Stahl. You know, you could go through all of the hoaxes that we've been through, whether it's Very Fine People or several of the COVID things, Russia, obviously connected to the Hunter Biden laptop story. And it's not like 60 Minutes has been great on any of these, to say the least. But at the end of the day, Barry Weiss was brought into CBS News to clean house. They're having a ratings problem, and that's aside from the journalistic integrity problem. And she's running the show now, and she's allowed to keep on people she wants to keep on, and she's allowed to get rid of people she doesn't want. And once Pelley went after Nick Bilton, the new EP, and then went after her personally, and then really sort of paraded it around the other staff. Well, Rob, I work with guys. I'm the boss. If they start talking crap about me, guess what? They don't have a job. It's not that complex.
Even Chris Cillizza, the CNN guy, said, I mean, how on earth would you not fire this guy for what he did? So everybody out there, I mean, I see my Twitter feed is full of people screaming that he should sue and how outrageous this is. This is not an outrageous firing at all. I mean, this is fully justified.
No, and if I can offer Scott Pelley a little advice, it's like, dude, try to go independent. And, you know, I know you got millions and millions of dollars a year to be on 60 Minutes, but see how much you actually are worth. Let's test this thing in the market. If you're as great as you purport to be, and I'll pretend you are for the purposes of this conversation, why don't you try to do a show like many of us do online and hire a staff and see if you can make money on it and do a great show that'll get great ratings. Otherwise, you're just an interchangeable part in a chair, man. And I think that's what he's probably going to find out.
You perfectly put that. That's exactly because, as I'll put this out there, that I think Scott Pelley is a product of fantastic producing at CBS. And no matter what you think about CBS News for the last 30 years, they do have some of the best producers in the business. They've put him into some of the most high-profile interviews and into some of the best stories. But at the end of the day, I think Scott Pelley is mostly just a talent. And when you look at just the talent of Scott Pelley, he's one of the most boring baritone people to ever do the job. So what was so fantastic about him to begin with is something that I don't understand. It's not like he's this tenacious reporter that's getting all of this breaking news that has all these sources. We see those people out there, and they're fantastic. Scott Pelley's only real skill was doing the talking, and the talking was terrible.
But again, even if he was a generational talent, you can only get away with so much about going against your boss and the person who runs the network. So yes, would you have more of a leeway, let's say, if you were an incredible dynamic talent and they knew, they were looking at the numbers and they were like, boy, this guy drives viewership. People tune into this show to hear him. Would that give you a little more of a leeway, maybe to poke at the new executive producer? Probably, but I think what they will find out is they will put someone in that exact same suit he's wearing right there. They will sit on that exact little stool right there, and the ratings will, well, my guess is the ratings will go up a little bit because what Barry's trying to do is bring them back to the center, which is obviously where most of America is. Well,
60 Minutes has been going like this for years and years and years with Scott Pelley. Scott Pelley was the anchor of the CBS Evening News, and the ratings went like this. He's very fortunate to have gotten all of those big paychecks for all of those years from CBS because it seems like he didn't deserve them very much. Dave, I got to leave it there. Thanks so much. And by the way, let me just get in this real quick. You can check out this upcoming event, Florida Man, with Governor Ron DeSantis, Adam Carolla, Jillian Michaels, next Thursday night. Dave, tell us about this.
I'm super excited for this. You know, I really set this up because I wanted it to be a celebration of Ron DeSantis, who's obviously in the waning time of his second term here, and he has turned Florida into the true citadel of freedom and the map for what America should be. You know, everyone says make America Florida. So it's going to be, we're going to do a live Rubin Report show that day that I'm going to write from the morning headlines like we do every day. We'll do a sit down with Governor DeSantis. Carolla's going to do a little stand up. We'll do some fun stuff with Jillian. I'm hearing rumors of tequila and giveaways giveaways and all sorts of stuff, and people can go to daverubin.com/events. And I appreciate the shout out, my friend.
Of course, Florida Man with Governor DeSantis and some of my favorite people in that group, too. That's going to be fun. Good to see you, Dave. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Rob.
All right, just you know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt Tonight on Newsmax.